was pretty alarming. It was a bit of a shock to the system.
That I didn't really know how to react.
I had no idea what was going on.
Now, this is real and this is happening, and it looks like it's happening really quick.
We weren't sure how long we were going to be shut down for.
We quickly had to pivot. I kind of immediately started making plans for, okay, what does the future hold? Instead of worrying about when are we coming back, it's what are we going to do to keep guys as close and as sharp as possible. If a guy just had a cage or he had a screen or a wall, we took what they had access to and then built out a program that would re-ramp them up.
I actually threw into a net in my backyard.
So I started working out in my balcony.
We had weekly outfield Zoom calls. We had talks with hitting coaches.
We had all sorts of ways that we were tracking and logging pitchers' bullpens and hitters' cage sessions. We utilized technology and we used good old-fashioned phone calls to stay up to speed.
The one thing that this staff does is they love to work. The change in resources, the change in dynamic and being away didn't change their drive.
The chatter that was, hey, we're gonna have a deal here pretty soon, and we got it done, and it's like, all right, logistically, how are we gonna make this work?
A handful of weeks ago, I was reached out to by Cap in the front office to get with the rest of our staff and put together some facility requests. And quite frankly, when I wrote out a list of 12 bullet points, it was almost kind of so hypothetical that it didn't really seem real. And to the organization's credit, they batted 12 for 12. They converted spaces, they created new spaces. I'm still amazed they were able to complete all of those projects in that time.
I think that's the number one adjustment, is to spread out and only come together on the field. So that means we're using both of our clubhouse spaces. What was once our food room is now lockers for staff. Jeff Samardz's locker, by way of example, is the manager's office in the visiting clubhouse. The flip side of that is we did not want people to congregate inside. We built cages out beyond center field. We built out places for us to eat out beyond center field where the garden is. It's just everything is different. It's all brand new and it's all creative.
You've got COVID-related scheduling restrictions, whether it's bodies in a space or bodies in a drill or bodies in the building at the same time. And so the adjustments they've made to the facility have given me this flexibility as a scheduler to use it like multiple fields.
It makes it feel super safe. We have space in the cages, the weight room's outdoors. It just creates a unique environment for training.
It's exciting, seeing the guys. Even from far away, seeing the guys into the field, the baseball smell, it makes you think again, you can't take this for granted.
It didn't have to be perfect. As long as we're safe, just being able to be at the ballpark and show up here every day is so much fun.
What's up, kid? Give me some bow.
Thank you, outfit.
MLB's decided that every team now has to have what's called an ICPC, or Infection Control Prevention Coordinator. I was tasked with kind of overseeing everything that's been laid out in the MLB operations manual for the 2020 season.
Just saliva testing kit for one of our guys. We got Billy coming in for one more saliva test today. Chad, it's already pre-packaged, everything's ready to go. I'm just gonna have you dump it off. Thank you, sir. Yeah, we should have your results from yesterday tonight, so I'll text you. Thank you.
Really, it's just a matter of just keeping the guys focused, giving out a lot of reminders on a daily basis.
Separate these two. Yeah, they're running stride by stride. We gotta keep these guys separate too. I know they're ending up in stride, but we gotta figure out a way to keep them apart. We gotta have to separate that group right there.
Part of my responsibility to help facilitate all the PCR or saliva testing protocols with the CDT.
So his saliva test kit matches up with the information they have.
Mask wearing at all times while inside the facility. Masks are optional while on the field for players, although we are asking all of our on-field staff to wear them at all times to set a good example. Baseballs are being changed out constantly. All of our staff is designated as Tier 1, Tier 2, which provides them certain access to areas of the ballpark. We have other employees with the Giants who are tier 3, who are not allowed in restricted areas, so we've had to have all obstacles in place so people can't enter and possibly interact with our tier 1, tier 2. Guys can't even hang on the railing anymore, without having a personal towel. Where to stand, where to sit in the dugout, we're monitoring that. We're literally taking every precaution we can at this point to keep our guys as safe as we can if we want to play this season.
One hand at a time. Elbows are fine. What's up, Barrels?
I think LJ has walked more steps on a day-to-day basis than anyone else in the building.
They don't need to be on site. They shouldn't be on site. I got a 1:15. I gotta go get my headphones because I got a Zoom call to be on.
He's in every corner of the stadium. He's just a great leader and one who has kind of stepped up in a time when we need it.
We're constantly trying to think about baseball and sports medicine and actual athletic injuries, while at the same time always one ear to the ground, listening for any COVID-related issues that are going to be coming up.
Pull that up. When you're playing, take it down.
I think the craziest part about all this is very quickly transitions from being totally foreign to being totally normal.
It's not without aches and pains, but I think we're really, really happy with our ability to follow the protocols. That's resulted in our consistency of negative tests.
I feel more comfortable by how everybody's making their decisions. Everybody's on top of that, like no slacking. So it makes me really comfortable. If everybody can stay healthy, we have a pretty good chance.
Every day is good. This is where I work for a living. It's pretty good.
One thing is respecting the ebb and flow of stress and emotion that comes with all these uncertain changes. Instead of attempting to pretend that they don't exist, having those conversations, acknowledging that this is hard on individuals and their families. So I think that's one way we can show leadership that Cap has set the precedence and Foran, Scott have, that the rest of the staff has followed suit.
All the teams across the league are dealing with the same circumstances. So who can handle those circumstances best? Who can improve as an organization in times of uncertainty?
We're doing this for a reason, and we want to keep this thing going. We want to make this thing work.
Baseball brings a lot of people happiness, and it's going to bring a sense of normalcy, even if it's not normal, even if there's not fans.
Some days it's going to look a little off and look a little weird, but that's what it is. It's 2020. We're just going to make it happen.
When you're doing so much planning and processing, you almost become like an air traffic controller, where you're making sure that the planes take off and land on time. And every once in a while there'll be this calm in the action. You realize hey, this is awesome. We are here. We are at Oracle Park, and we are closing the gap on the competition. Every once in a while I've had kind of the moment to smell the roses and think about how much work went in and time away went in to build up to this.